No one ever used the last room at the end of the hallway in the old boarding house. The door was always closed, the lights always off. The landlord warned every new tenant the same way. If you hear whispering from that room at night, don't answer it. Most people laughed it off. Until Emily moved in. She worked late shifts, usually getting home well after midnight. The house would be deathly silent, the hallway lit by a single, flickering bulb, and that closed door always waiting at the very end. The first time she heard it, she thought it was just the wind rattling the old window frames. A soft, sibilant whisper, barely there. Then it came again, clearer this time. "Hello." She froze, her hand still on the banister. The sound came from behind that door. Her breath caught in her throat. "Please, help me!" The voice was weak, desperate. It sounded so human. Against her better judgment, Emily tiptoed down the hallway, her heart pounding a frantic rhythm against her ribs. She leaned closer to the door, the old wood cold against her ear. "Who's there?" she whispered back before she could stop herself. Absolute silence. A beat of stillness that felt louder than the whisper itself. Then, slowly, with a faint, metallic click, the doorknob began to turn. Emily didn't wait to see what happened next. She bolted to her room, slammed the door, and fumbled with the lock. She didn't sleep a wink that night, staring at her own door, expecting the handle to turn. The next day, she cornered the landlord. He went pale the moment she mentioned the room. "That door is locked," he said, his voice firm. "And it stays locked!" "But I heard someone inside," she insisted. "They asked for help." "No?" he said, his voice dropping to a near whisper. "Something is?" He finally told her the story. Years ago, a young woman, a tenant just like her, had vanished from that room. No sign of a struggle. No body. No trace. She was just gone. But the other residents swore they could still hear her at night, her voice whispering through the walls, begging to be let out. One by one, they all moved away, except for the whispers. That night, Emily came home again, the air in the hallway feeling colder, heavier. As she passed the last door, she heard it again. This time, it wasn't a plea for help. Emily. Her blood turned to ice. She hadn't told anyone her name. No one in the house knew it. "Let me out, please." Her hand, as if moved by some external force, drifted towards the doorknob. "It's so dark in here." She swallowed hard, her throat dry. "What do you want?" she asked, her voice trembling. The voice changed instantly. It wasn't weak or desperate anymore. It was smiling. You could hear the grin in that one. Chilling word. "Company." The door didn't creak open. It burst from its frame, flying inward with a deafening crack. Inside, there was no furniture, no windows, just a darkness so absolute it seemed to drink the light from the hallway. And something moved within it. It wasn't stepping forward. It was growing, stretching out like ink spilled in water, smothering the light. Emily opened her mouth to scream, but the shadows were faster. They wrapped around her mouth, her throat, silencing her. The last thing she heard wasn't coming from the room anymore. It was whispering from inside her own head. 2 weeks later, a new tenant arrived. The landlord gave his usual warning, his eyes tired and haunted. If you hear whispering from that room at night, don't answer it. And now, sometimes, late at night, when the house is still and the hallway is dark, 2 voices whisper back.